Hey everyone, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a few goodies to share with you. These are all items that I've made over the past, I want to say 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I don't remember exactly, but they're things I've been creating in my spare time, setting aside to share with you. And they've all been added to my website. All the links you should need are in the description box below, including my Creative Fabrica fans page, which is like a crafty Patreon. For only a small amount a month, you can help support my channel and also receive a whole bunch of free goodies every month. You can also email me. This will be the last video that I have up before my Florida trip. You will see videos after this, all of the normal days that I have videos, but they are all pre-recorded. One thing that you could do for me is if you are planning on ordering from my shop, that you still would order while I'm gone. It will help me with finances and bills and all of that, and I will ship when I get back. I hope to have everything shipped out before I go, and then I will ship when I get back, and that will help me out a lot to keep all of the orders continuing to come. There's a lot of great stuff in my shop, so feel free to browse around the sections. All right, so let's just look at some of this stuff. Here's a few ephemera sets that I have pieced together, haha, pun, with book pages and ephemera pieces and little digitals. These beautiful labels are from Golden Serendipity. It's a part of the Dreamy Designs collection, which is now a part of the Ultimate Lifetime collection. I know it gets confusing, but if you type in Ultimate Lifetime, you will find it. So there's a little journal card. There's a tag that says garden. This is vintage perennials garden book page. Here's a larger journal card. It says explore. Here's another slightly larger journal card. And then a big one here. Just super pretty additions. They all have some of this wallpaper. So you can see they would go throughout a journal very well. They are stitched with a tan thread. So I have that set. And then this is just a set of 3 tags. It's a triple fold. You can't open it up because it's been glued, but I've cut it with decorative scissors. I've done, well, this one has stenciling. Just little bits of collaging, but I wanted to leave a lot of this perennials book pages, even the ragged edges there. So it's just a set of 3 large tags that are stitched and ready for your journals. We have, these are over the page. Let me pull out an example journal. This is the one Michelle made me that I show frequently. So these are over the page little ephemera pieces. It is a grid paper, graph paper. Both sides are collaged, and this is how I envision them being used, but I'm sure there's many ways you could use them. Just over the top like that. And you can journal on the inside, and both sides are beautiful. Let me pop this out of the way. So this is the graph paper set. Well, hopefully my glue didn't stick them together. They've been sitting in the humid Tennessee. We have an air-conditioned house, but look at how pretty. Just love. There's wallpaper, digitals, stickers. Really pretty. You can hear noise in the background. My boys are still home. School doesn't start for another 2 weeks. Then these are a tan copy paper base. And again, they are over the page. They open up. You can journal on the inside. They go over the page. However, you could rip them open or cut them open and use them as tags or separate journal cards, in which case you would get double the amount. So those are really pretty as well. Here's a little envelope of little bits and pieces of ephemera, just using scraps. Really cute little bits and pieces. There's stitching, there's lace, there's collaging. Just a pretty little collection. There's a little faux wax seal, places to journal. There's a tag. This has some fabric. It's just a collection I did using up scraps, trying to make them rather look like they go together, but still have everyone be unique. I really love this little collection, and I think they would be adorable in journals. Just put them in this little envelope, which of course you could reuse in a journal if you wanted to. Now I have some snippets. This one is fun. This is a bug set, or an entomology set. I forgot this digital. Who's it from? I want to say it's the Ye Olde Bookshop, maybe. I'm not sure. It was a digital that was sent to me a couple years ago, and then I rediscovered it, and now I forgot the name of it. I don't even know if you can get it anywhere, but it has these little bugs, and they say little things. And then these are just paper ribbons with graph paper. There's wallpaper and lace and fabric, and they're stitched, so dreams come true. You get the whole set. My heart, journey, found things, sweet life, just a moment, she kept my secret. Look at the little bit of vintage embroidery that's on that one. Fly away, true friendship, peace and love, and hello, my friend. So what a nice collection. There's quite a few, and that one that I created. And then this is also a snippet set using the tan paper, stitched paper ribbons, and just little pieces of ephemera. I believe that these are all from my script and lace kit. I've printed them super tiny, and there's papers and fabrics and trims. So there's like little label, little faux washi tapes, little mini playing card, there's another little label, some little roses, a little flower, more roses. These are all script and lace ephemera pieces. They are printed either half or quarter size. The little heart. That's such a pretty collection. I think someone will enjoy that. Then I finished using papers from a 1910 music book. And that's what this is. They're listed. This is listed separately from this. I made this first. I was inspired by Joey DeFee on her YouTube channel, and I made my own cardstock out of these 1910 music textbook pages. They're glued together. I love there's raw edges and all of that. And then there's ink and splatter and paint. And I was really happy to discover this is actually antique, not antique, vintage. Antique's over 100 years old. I think they're from the 80s or the 90s. Vintage acrylic paint. That was my grandmother's. But sequins stick very, very well to wet paint. So you'll see some sequins in there. The front is some scrapbook paper, and this image is from my kit Music Blooms, and it says Tuning Up. It's stitched around with a navy blue thread, and then this is actually an ephemera holder or an ephemera folder. It is about a 9x6 size, so if you want to put a signature in here and stitch it in, it makes a perfect journal cover. That would be up to you. But you have two pockets, and I love how you can see the other side of this vintage paper that's over 100 years old. The paper is antique. And then I've made some journal cards, some ephemera that you could use in the journal if you actually turned it into a journal. They're stitched, and the images are from my kit Music Blooms. There's little sequins, the old paper on the back. And I love how the shapes are kind of organically torn and organically layered. They're not trimmed straight and equal. I absolutely love that. I think it adds something really different and neat. She's on the violin there, and then here's one with a harp. You can see some of the really neat illustrations on the back as well. So there are 5 journal cards that come in this. So this is listed, and then this is listed. This is a paper pouch that I made from that. Now this is a different cardstock set. It's the same book pages from the same book, but the colors are a little different, and I have stenciling and stamping. You can even see pencil marks from the book where people wrote, students and teachers, I assume. So that's really neat. And then there's some vintage, this is from like a napkin, of I think a big vintage napkin or placemat here. And then some fabric that I dyed, a little cluster I got in Happy Mail, and a little butterfly, metal butterfly I added on there. The pouch, now the pouch isn't super sturdy. You can see here already, this paper is over 100 years old, and it may tear down just a little bit. I'm okay with that because of how old the paper is, and I think it just kind of adds to that. You could probably stitch it back up. I was afraid it would tear more, but I really think it's going to be just fine if you're careful. And then there's a journal in here made from this book, Standard History of Music, a first history for students at all ages. And I wanted it to look pretty much like just the book. I didn't embellish it. I did a hidden stitching, so I didn't mess up this spine. And this is from 1910. There is one signature in here, and it is a journal. I've stenciled on this. I've stitched the journal onto cardstock and then through fabric. That's how that's on there. I've used this label. It was from my exclusive February club. You won't be able to get that. It was exclusive, so I'm not going to belabor that point. But if you are one of my subscribers, you know what I'm talking about, and you purchase this, that's what that's from. This is my paper pack cranberry, creamy cranberry garnet. And then I also used some papers. I got these from creativefabrica.com. I think you might be able to get them on Etsy as well. The artist is Digital Curio. We have some hand-dyed paper, some stamping, different embellishments and book pages, some vintage piano roll paper. This is from my William Morris wallpaper paper pack. This is one of the end pages from the original book. Got a little coffee dyed flip up. This is from my Yellow Roses paper pack. And these are from Vintage Image Club, which is a retired image club that has literally hundreds and hundreds of vintage public domain images. You can find that as well as the Dreamy Designs collection in the Ultimate Lifetime collection. So it's truly worth the price of the Ultimate Lifetime. Got a little index card tag. This was also from the February club. That is not an Ultimate Lifetime. That was exclusive. Only the people who purchased it in the month of February got it. I have a greeting card. I got it at a thrift store. I stamped my typewriter stamp. I don't remember what this was from, but it is like a thread calendar. You can hear my boys. They're so crazy in the background. They're having fun, so I'm not going to stop them. I have a little guest check where I just collaged up some fabric and some paper and a journal card, some hand-dyed blue paper, William Morris wallpaper, some vintage music. This is My Father's World and The Heavens Declare Thy Glory. This was also from the February club. In this little glassine bag, there's some sweet little ephemera pieces that I have. This is a Victoria Designs library card. You could use that in the back of the book if you wanted to. Some hand-dyed lined paper that Joanne made me. This is from Music Blooms. I've just printed it on some hand-dyed pink paper, so I love the creasing. Little stamped image, an actual postage stamp, book pages, music paper, a little wallpaper heart. This is hand-dyed paper that I did. An Artie Mays Dragonfly ticket that's been stapled on with a blue staple. Talking about staples and journals, I like to mention I have noticed overall from people who purchase journals, and I have sold thousands of journals, is that a staple's okay here and there, especially if you cover the back. It's a really neat way to add a little bit of color or a little bit of metal. but don't overdo it and cover your back. So I did a little cute snippet there. I've used this stamp throughout. There's another label. There's also some music stamping that I've done throughout. This is a pocket. This is from my Music Blooms kit. It was a part of the page and I turned it into a pocket. I've reinforced it with just some packaging. And then my dear friend Joanne had made me both of these, and I thought they went really well with this journal because I always have to add birds, and then I just like having kind of a neutral-ish tag for journaling. This is just a little side lace fabric flip with a little ribbon and an inked up flower. Little paper ribbon there as well. This is from Music Blooms. That is printed on that hand-dyed pink paper and just glued onto the page. Kind of looks like it's part of that whole digital collage. I've just made a little stitched floral collage there. The other side of the glassine bag has more. This is Vintage Image Club. This is from Music Blooms. And then there is a little, I think this is from Joanne too, a little rose playing card with some script stamp and some gesso. Got some more things to play with. A little sticker from the Antiquarian sticker book. That's also from Music Blooms. There's a little stamped piece of hand-dyed paper. This is some of that cardstock that I made. It's the same as the pouch. It's just a cutoff from the pouch, but I added some lace and a little bow. And then Joanne made me this booklet as well. I felt like a lot of the things that she makes goes really well with this theme and style. And this is a nice little lined booklet, so it's great for extra journaling or adding in lists or other things like that. A little bridge playing card, the back of the greeting card, a little index card pocket. This was from Elsie Bell's Bookshelf and something I'd ordered from her shop a couple years ago, but a little coffee dyed thing. A little cut apart that says goals, little ribbon. This is a greeting card. I've put rhinestones. It opens up for journaling, and I've done music note stamping. This is a Shabby Dabby Do Ya flowers. I've added those. This, what was this from? This might have actually been from the book. Yeah, I think this was actually from that 1910 music book. I just turned it, stitched around it so it could be an ephemera piece. This is from Elsie Bell's Bookshelf, and I rediscovered a little pouch of goodies I had purchased from her shop with the journal, and I never used the goodies, so I'm enjoying them now. A little account ledger paper, and then I stenciled on the back as well and signed it. And that fits right into this pouch. If you don't want to store this in the pouch because of how old the paper is, you could use a pouch just to store scrap paper and then put this on your shelf, since it is a beautiful book. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It gave you some inspiration and you can just kind of see what I've been working on. All of this stuff is listed in my shop, and I hope that you all just have a wonderful crafty day. Enjoy your day. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll see all of you when I get back from Florida. There are, I want to say, about 5 videos between here and there. They're relatively short. I really hope you'll watch them and enjoy them. And I'll be over on my Facebook group. I hope you send me Facebook messages if you want to chat while I'm gone or you have any questions.